Okay, today we're going to go through the basic installation methods for the Vortech 454 billet aluminum fuel rail. Preliminary work has been done. Injectors are basically just pushed into the fuel rail to get things started. The hard fuel line has been cut, cleaned up, and had a compression to 3/8 bar fitting put in, and the fuel line has been cut to proper length. So the first thing that we start with is placing the fuel rail in its general area. And what you need to do is start at one end. Apologize for the poor working conditions. You basically need to stage the injectors in their relative spots. Move along as you go. Get them into relative position. Everything's been put a little bit of light grease on there to make sure we don't tear an O-ring or roll one up. So we got a decent start. What you want to do is basically push and wiggle, get the rail planted down. Make sure you're seated in all positions and you don't have a cattywampus injector. Okay, now these bases have adjustable brackets, and a simple way to set those is to push the rack down until it's firmly seated in the bottom. And then what you need to do is just snug up these upper bracket bolts. Again, we're just snugging them, we're not putting any sort of... Apologize for the lighting, we're in a terrible spot. Put your bolts with the thick fender washers basically into position on the lowers. Feed them in by hand. Also, make sure your fuel line has been put in correctly. So basically these bolts are going to get run down, tightened up. From that point forward, it's just the functional equivalent of a standard fuel rail. And basically the whole point of the design is that it is a functional equivalent, and there's not much to think about past that. So yep, off camera I'm going to just tighten down these bolts, but really it's just that simple. You get a nice solid rail. All your bolts just need to be tightened down. No more flimsy plastic. Wiring harness will have to be laid on and then zip tied to the rail for a secure fit. But apologize again, we're doing this thing in chassis in a greasy 230,000 mile truck, and there you have it. That's as easy as it gets.